Hi, my name is Nessy Nyagudi Lee. I'm married to Alvin here. I'm a fashion designer, stylist, and actor, among many other things, and YouTuber.
My name is Alvin Lee Anyumba, husband to Nessy, and I'm a fitness coach and overall entrepreneur. Anything that brings money, I'ma do it as long as it's legal. Yes. We've been married for how long, babe?
3 months.
3 months.
Dated for 2 years, married for 3 months.
Yes.
We met first in Strathmore University. I was there for a year. He was there for 3 years.
Yes.
We met at the salon, Apple Student Center, first floor. And he was doing this thing called a la mode. So they were selling tickets, these guys. And I was like, such a bougie girl. I was like, yeah, you know. So we met at the salon, and the only thing we said to each other was hi.
Yeah.
For the next 3 years, we didn't talk until sometime in Instagram when I saw him doing his butterfly push-up thingies, those flying Superman things, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that's really cool. So I slid in the DMs, and he spoke to me back. And
yeah. So when she hit me up, I got excited. But before even that day I told her hi in campus. The only thing I thought about her was she's, how do you call it? She feels herself, you know, something was so she was only a crush on sight. Then when she's not at sight, then it's no longer there, something of a sort. So then when she used to like my pictures on Instagram, I used to get excited too. So when she slid in the DM, I knew I was in danger. And I was getting super weak. So yeah, that's how I started.
I was supposed to travel to Sudan for my friend's wedding. I was a maid of honor, so I was like, let me just meet this guy, see what's up, and then go. And he was going to Kisumu or
No,
Mombasa. Mombasa, yes. So we met up, I asked him, and I really insisted. I was just like, let's meet. After that, you can do whatever you want. So yeah, and I bought him coffee. I paid for the coffee, guys. Yes, I'm an independent woman in Nini. So I paid for the coffee. We had coffee there, and then I dropped him off at Junction.
Yeah.
And that's where we shared our first kiss. Yes, on the first date. He couldn't wait, I mean. And then after that, went home, and something started after that.
My side, when she asked me, she wanted to meet me up, I was super excited and I was not sure to go because of time, but I just had to squeeze the time in because I was in a rush. So I came to visit at Vida Cafe. I remember I was in a rush to see her. So when I got to the door, I saw her sitting in one of the booths, and I was so excited. I felt what ladies normally feel, butterflies. Then when I sat there, I couldn't stop looking at her. She had beautiful eyes. She still has them though. Yeah. And then she was looking amazing, and I could not help myself. Just straight out of that time, I said holding her hands, I couldn't control myself. So yeah, that's how it happened.
You just feel the urge to say I love you after a phone call or something. So that happened, and then, no, we had codes. We had codes of saying I love you. So we'd text each other and be like 143. That means I love you. So because we didn't want to say I love you like openly. So yeah, that happened. And then when I came back after like a month, we went to Karura. He had asked me out on phone, actually, when I was still in Juba. So when we came back, I was like, you have to ask me out like face to face, because this might be a scam or something.
Just trying to play hard to get.
Of course, cool. We have to play hard to get. And then went to Karura Forest. Yeah. Chilled there, took our walks and all that stuff, and then now he asked me out officially in January, I think, yeah. And I said yes, because why not? Now he's done what I needed. He has all the, you know, characters. So I said yes.
Actually, what she hasn't told you is on our first day, the first date we had when she dropped me at Junction Mall, that ride was the longest ride ever because she was so sure that I was going to date her. She actually gave me a timeline. She told me April. I'm giving you till April. By April we'll be dating. So I was so amazed at her faith in that. And
I actually told you you're my husband.
yes,
Like,
actually
oh my
she was
God,
direct
you're my
to it.
husband.
Yes. And
Like, what?
it was like that because we clicked so much. We felt like we knew each other for the longest. Like you're the person we've just been looking for, and here you are, full like that. We have hardly had bad parts. It's just disagreements, and we respect each other. So we have to adjust
And
to tell, and communicate. That's the main thing. The rest has just been bliss. I don't know how it happened.
The only problem we had was an ex issue. You're still talking to an ex who I didn't like,
She was also
and it
still
still
talking
came
to her
up.
ex.
But you didn't express that you didn't like the idea. I expressed that I didn't like the idea. He didn't. So we had to sit down and talk, and I was like, homie, if you need a minute to finish with your exes, take it and then come back
like that
if
she
you
gave me a
find
minute.
me. If you find me. So I think that
No, you
shook
didn't-
him
you didn't
kidogo.
say if.
No, I said, if you take your minute, if you're ready, you'll come back. But I was like, if you find me in my head. So, yeah, and then what happened? I think that's the only thing we've actually, like,
Had the biggest fight
a big
about, actually.
nini about. Yeah. Otherwise, we usually communicate. We are both very sarcastic and full of jokes. So,
Yeah, and we are cartoons.
nothing ever, nothing ever gets that serious.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then oh, pizza dates, man.
Debonair's pizza almost every Friday. Every Friday.
Every Friday it was
Two
Debonair's. Each large.
No, not
each.
each. One each, two pizzas.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, one each. Everyone, yeah, both of us had large. And funny thing is, when the relationship is still new and I still need to impress her, I actually am shorted for pizza.
I didn't know that until.
And she didn't know that
recently.
until
That's
later
not
on.
bad.
Yeah, but I did that because I treasured those Fridays. I only used to meet her once a week because I'm busy from Monday to Thursday. I only work Monday to Thursday. Friday is my free day, so yeah. Another thing I remember was the plot to engage her. That was the hugest thing I've ever done. And it's a time I'll never forget about.
The engagement, I wasn't ready. I had been like, yo, you're not going to date me for more than 2 years. Otherwise, you're wasting my time because me, I'm all for marriage and all that. So
Yeah.
if you're serious, you're serious, So we planned a getaway. It was supposed to be his mom, my mom, and the two of us. But my mom couldn't make it. So it was his mom, me, his sister, and him. So the four of us went to Enashi Pai. Since it was a getaway, like my mind was already relaxed. I was just like, oh, hallelujah. There's a much deserved break,
Yeah.
So we get there, we get to our rooms. It's so beautiful, it's a villa. I was like, yes, holiday, nini, nini. And then dinner time, he tells me we're going to have a photo shoot. One of our friends is doing a photo shoot. So I carried my clothes, I was ready. There's a table reserved. The whole time we've been eating without reservation, but now there's a table reserved. CG, the waiter is telling us how he'll serve us today. And it still didn't ring a bell. And I'm just like, yes, let's live the good life. And then after that, we had our food, and then the waiter decided to bring the desserts.
Yeah.
So this chocolate thing, it's a square chocolate
It's a
dessert
chocolate pudding
thingy.
or something.
pudding, yeah, something like that. So we're eating. At that time, the sister is filming, and since we're YouTubers, I thought, okay, she's filming for us. We are filming the getaway, but she just kept focusing on me. So I'm eating, I'm trying to eat, and then the mom is like, just eat that thing once and for all. So I try and break it and all that stuff. Then I see metal, and I actually said in Luo, "Jogyuke tunachuma," So I was like, these guys have actually put for me a metal in my food. Yeah. I was already ready, I was ready to go off. And then I look at it properly, and it's a ring. So the mom is screaming, and I'm like, why is she screaming? What's going on? It's a ring. He's already on one knee, and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? The waiters are everywhere with the singing thingies. Yeah, and he asked me the question. I think I even forgot to say yes.
You didn't say
I meant
anything.
yes, but I was so
Didn't say
shocked.
anything.
I was there crying like someone had died. I was,
Yeah.
it was too much.
Deep one.
Yeah, and then I said yes after the shock had worn off. I was like, yeah, let's do this.
My side, it was a good. It was planning for like 4 months, actually. Yeah. Then yeah, she cried like a baby, but I was happy to make that day for her. It was the best day ever for me. Then yeah, that's it. And that night we actually slept at 3-ish, because Instagram was crazy also.
Social media was going wild.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had that many notifications
Yeah.
in our lives.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
That was the engagement.
The wedding, we've actually only done our traditional wedding, which is considered the wedding,
Yeah.
and the civil wedding. So we're waiting to do our
The
white
ceremony,
wedding,
the white one.
which is just a party basically, because we've
Yeah.
done the important
Everything.
ones. The planning was, I think it was more hectic on his side than mine, because us, we just had to prepare for the guests. Like in Luo culture, they're the ones who are supposed to, the first thing he's supposed to send cows, just
Yeah.
as a symbol. So he had to save up for the
bride
cows,
price, transportation.
and my dad gave them a date that was literally 3 months from the engagement.
Yeah.
So it was December 22nd, and they had to first bring the cows the night before.
Yeah.
So 21st, the cows have to sleep in our boma, in the village Uko Ushago. And then the day after, now he comes with his uncles, his dad, the men
The
of
elders.
yeah, of their place. So for us, it was just the cooking, the welcoming of the guests. My cousins were there, my friends, some of our friends from Nairobi came. We're so grateful. And then I think they just wanted to see the culture, because everyone is so used to Rorashios. No one ever knows what
Nairobi,
happens in Aye or Nyombo, the Luo traditional weddings.
Yeah.
So I made my own dress,
Yeah.
my traditional wedding dress, and his suit. I designed them. And when they came, I was not supposed to be seen. Like, they're not supposed to see me until I'm called in front of the elders. So they come, I'm just hiding somewhere behind, I'm seeing them doing everything, they're going to eat. They can't mix with, his guys can't mix with my elders.
Yeah.
So my dad and my uncles were somewhere under a tree, Kombali. And then him and the people were in the tent that we provided for them eating.
Yeah.
For him, he's not allowed to work because he's the guest of honor, so they had to serve him. My
Even
cousins, yeah, you don't even talk. Like, my cousins serve him, the ladies, my peers basically, serve him, wash his hands, yeah, he's a big man at that time. And then after that, they go to the chambers. My people and his people meet up. The wakubwa, they talk and be like, yeah, we've seen a girl, we want to take her, nini nini. They ask questions, they're challenged, but I don't think ours was very challenging. It was more of, we're grateful this is happening, let's just do this, you know.
Yeah.
And his uncle and my dad have been friends for the longest time, so that was a nice icebreaker. It was a shock, it was really good. And then they talked, and then I was called. So they call my cousins and friends to try and confuse them.
Yeah.
So they'll come and say their name. So if I didn't go to his shags, which by the way happened, I have to go to his shags before he comes to mine.
Yeah.
So I have to go there and cook for him and his people, and then they will come, because they're the ones who are going to identify me, not him. He's not allowed to talk.
Yeah.
So the ladies come, present themselves, nini nini. The elders are like, that's not the one we saw. That's not the one who came home. That's not the one. Until now, my turn. I'm presented. Of course, I was the outstanding one, because I had makeup, extra makeup. I had clothes matching his. So of course, they knew. Then what happened? Yeah, so they pick me. I say hi to everyone. And then I'm allowed to now sit among them. Back in the day, that was never allowed, but I was allowed to sit.
Yeah.
And then there are speeches. His people give gifts,
Yeah.
monetary gifts. So you give money to my dad, you give money to my mom, my aunties, my uncles, the cooks, stuff like that. It's just kidogo money on an envelope.
Yeah.
And then what happens? And then now they prayed for us after the whole ceremony. My auntie gave a very serious talk. She was like, this is just a piece of paper. We are not selling you our daughter. There's nothing you can do to ever, pay for her. We just ask that you guard her heart, take care of her. She's still of value. If you mistreat her, she has a home. We've not chased her away. That kind of talk. The whole time I'm just sitting there, I'm like holding tears. I was like, why was I let to sit here? Because it was so emotional. Even when my mom spoke, she just wanted my heart to be guarded. When my dad spoke, he talked about he has to be a mentor to me now that he's passing it on. I was just like, I'm gonna miss all of them. Yeah. So that was very assuring, and they were very happy with the process, because they say nowadays guys don't do the traditional weddings. You just live together and have kids and move on, So my aunties, my uncles, everyone was so proud of us. They were so happy that we're doing things the right way. We were so happy that we did things the right way. Yes, and that day after that, I went to his village. His mom is not allowed to come, so she was preparing to receive me.
Yeah.
Hey, she cooked. She cooked, and it was a lot of food, and she was so happy. Like, he has the best mom in this world. Like, I prayed to have a nice mother-in-law, and God answered. So that was it. We went home and consummated the marriage. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And that was it. Now say the civil wedding.
I had something to just add for the other one. After the engagement, as a man, you engage and they're like, ooh, that's the hype, you enjoy the hype. Then you now remember, oh, this means traditional wedding is coming soon. I have to pay bride price, blah, blah, blah. And you're the dude. So guess what? Logistics, nice. Now you have to work hard. So I started working hard. I formed new branches in my business that helped me accumulate more money just to save up for the traditional wedding. That was to pay bride price, transportation, accommodation, food, the bahashas, that's the money for the uncles, her people. Then now finally that's when you go to her side. At least they know her, and so those are two projects. May I call them projects? Because that's how I work, boxes. So that's what happened. I worked so hard for that part to make sure things go straight. So everything happened as she just said. Now the civil wedding happened. Our traditional wedding was on December 22nd. We applied for our civil wedding on November. Yeah. In November. And we finally got married in January 22nd. That's a very funny date for us now. 22, yeah. Yeah. And my birthday is 22nd June, so yeah. Our lucky number. So civil wedding takes you 3 months from registration. They give you a date to come back. What is that date to come back? What were you supposed to do? We come back to get what? For them to gazette. Oh, yeah, to gazette it. They give you the date for the wedding. For the wedding, yeah. So November, apply. December, come back, get the date for January 22nd. January 22nd, you come with our witnesses and we got our certificates. Now, why we did that was just in case an opportunity to relocate comes, so that we can go with each other, or one can be carried with the other, just to make sure we don't miss any opportunity. Yeah, that's it basically. Yeah. Perfect. Life after marriage is just perfect. I don't know, everyone asks us, how is marriage life? And you feel like, then I pull back my hand. But anyway, I refuse that. I think marriage is how you make it. The family you get married into also matters. You put God first in your marriage. That's very, very important. Are you in the same spiritual, what do you call it? Wavelength. Very important. Do you guys really love each other? Like, you feel you guys fully connect? Now, first, we may be young, but I believe we are aware of what is going on. We learn from observation from other families, other marriages, and you don't want to be like, even our own families, our own relatives, we learn from them so that we don't, what we do is we break the curse if it is there. Like they say, oh, this one got a kid out of wedlock. We didn't want that for us, right?
Yes.
So we had to make sure things also go right. So that's what we just try to do. Give it our best, do things right, and the rest, God does it. So in marriage right now, only thing that I can say is she's no longer a day scholar, like she used to come and visit me. Nowadays she's full boarding, right? Yes.
Yeah, for life.
She has bed space now, so yeah, it's just so perfect, I can't lie. As long as you keep communication perfect, honesty and God in it, you're good to go.
I feel like we are prepared very well. Like our spiritual father is he's very hands-on, if I can say that. He taught us everything from the importance of communication, what happens inside marriage, the important pillars of marriage,
Sex,
and
finances,
and communication, yes.
Yeah,
and God being the center of it. So we cling onto that information a lot.
Yeah.
We actually shared it on our YouTube channel, Nessy and Alvin.
Yeah.
You can check it out. Shameless plug.
Don't care.
So that so that really helped.
Yes.
And marriage so far has been good as long as God is in the center. Pray every day. If you have a problem, our best couple is also very hands-on. They're very supportive. They'll always be like, yo, this is what happens at this stage, this is what happens at this stage. So it's good to work with someone. And I feel like that's what will take us very far. And our parents are also very
hands-on, more so in prayer. And also another thing that we have started doing is having couple dates, like just to go and share and see how other people are handling it. So that
couples.
it's like a research, but it works for us.
Good.
Yeah.
That is such a lie, babe. That is such a lie.
It's so true.
Imagine I pray when I'm partially asleep and
Now
then
you see, that's
I
why
check
I
my
say
Instagram.
there's something she does quietly which I won't see. Then I see it, yeah. This that I see it. Damn.
I know you.
So
I win.
Here we go. Me, I've forgotten. I know one. The main. You see, you've mentioned once or twice.
They said childhood, not my
It's
best
okay.
friend currently.
I wouldn't have remembered. What?
I showed you.
I wouldn't have remembered.
And it's
that
double
light.
T. Put some respect to her
It's
name.
there. I wouldn't remember that one.
One more point for me, please.
But to be honest,
One more point for me, please.
I don't. Okay.
You don't like laundry, babe. I don't know why you like
I used to wake up at 6 to wash laundry.
And you thank
And I
God you
still
don't do
have
it anymore, right?
Okay,
So
thank
that's why
God
you
because
don't
of the
like
person
it.
who does it. There we go. Okay, I got it.
Okay, he can have half a mark.
I got it.
You get half because that was the second
Got it.
option. First of all, I really love you. That goes without saying.
My chest.
You are my everything. After God, you're like, they are number 2. Yes. You make me a better person. You help me emotionally, financially. Thank you, Jesus. Physically. And you entertain me a lot. You're very funny, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you for always praying. Thank you for being my covering. Thank you for letting God use you in my life. And I want to have your babies someday.
Oh,
that's
wow.
What.
That's the stamp now. That's
yes. Tell me your love letter.
Thank you, babe. I'm so glad that I met you. You're the best gift God has given me, as cliche as it sounds, but it's the truth. You're so beautiful. You're my African beauty, and I will always love you forever and ever.
Amen.
Amen. And of course, I'm going to have kids with you. I want to see how they're going to look like. I'm going to be like little giants going around.
Let's not get too excited.
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah.
The first advice I'd give people is to understand why you're dating, understand why you want to get married. Just date with purpose, with an understanding. So if you're in a relationship, ask yourself, is this just for fun? Are you just hanging out? Or do you want it to lead to something? Do you want it to lead to marriage? And if you do, communicate that to your partner. Make sure they have it very clear. If you want to get married, understand why you're getting married, because marriage is for purpose. God intended it for purpose. The first is for companionship. It's not good for man to be alone. So are you ready to be a companion to someone? Are you ready to take care of someone? The second thing is for procreation. Be fruitful and fill the earth. If it's not, that doesn't mean that if you're barren, you should not get married. You can, but make sure you communicate that. If you want to have kids, how many do you want? That kind of thing, just so you move with purpose. And the third thing is for dominion. Let them have dominion. So if you're getting married, make sure you're getting married to someone who you can be a business partner with, who is going to be your partner for life. Don't do it for, oh, I'll keep this from him, or we'll do this without him. It has to be, you have to move at a wavelength, because you become one at that point. So those are the 3 things I'd tell you to consider when you're getting married. Make sure it's for companionship, for procreation, and for dominion, because that's the purpose of marriage, as God intended it. If you're dating, make sure you know what you want and communicate it. So yeah.
Yeah. My advice to couples, number 1 is put God at the center of it. If God is not your thing, try make him your thing. But if not, another one is communication, honesty, and then you have to know, how can I say it? You have to understand your partner in depth. Do not waste each other's time. So that's what she's just been saying about purpose. Look at your future. Look at yourself 80 years with your partner. Do you see them in it with you guys at home, chilling or something of the sort? Those are things you have to look on. And then remember that once you come together, you are one, you move as a team, everything is done together. Yeah.